I spent 3 months researching the real settlement cost across Canada top province, and I'm revealing what newcomers actually pay. So in detail that will surprise and empower you. So why this video matters? Because understanding the real first month and the monthly cost can change your move from health story into a smooth launch in your new life. So let's deep dive Ontario and understand the real and hidden cost. So one of my friends who graduated from Vancouver, congratulations to him, he was excited to start a new chapter in Toronto. So he found a cozy one-bedroom apartment in the city for $2,126 per month, which seemed affordable compared to Vancouver's sky-high rents which he was paying. But then reality hit. The security deposit, like he had to pay an additional the same amount to $2,126 as a last month's rent deposit. So utility setup fees, setting up hydro and water services cost him almost like $120. And the internet setup, that was around $50 to $100, but it also depends on your provider, like which provider you are choosing. Key deposit. The landlord charged $100 for key deposit. If you live in Toronto nearby area, you might be familiar about this thing. The tenant insurance. This is required by the landlord, costing like almost like $30 to $40 per month, but it depends, like if you are having a combined policy with your auto insurance, it might be cheaper for you. Parking fees, an extra $150 per month for parking. So altogether, if we count whatever I have spoken, the first month rent was $4,700 approximately, which includes rent, deposit, setup fees, internet, insurance plus parking. That was for first month. But what about ongoing monthly cost? That was approximately $2,526, which is a lot of amount. This includes rent, utility, insurance, parking and internet. My friend was taken aback by these unexpected expenses. He had budgeted for rent and the utilities, but had not anticipated the additional setup fees, the deposit and insurance. While Toronto offered vibrant city life and the career opportunities, he realized that the cost of living was much higher than he had expected. So what was the lesson learned for him? Always account for hidden costs like deposits, utility setup fees, mandatory insurance when budgeting for a move. These can significantly impact your first month expense and ongoing monthly cost as well. So key takeaways from here is that security deposit equal to 1 month rent, utility setup fees approximately $150, key deposit like around $100, your tenant insurance typically $30 to $40 per month, and the parking fees, it varies but can be like almost like $50 to $200 per month, and internet around like $50 to $100. That was all about Ontario analysis. Now let's do Alberta and understand why it's cheaper plus quality of life trade-offs. So after years in Ontario, one of my relatives sought a fresh start in Calgary, drawn by Alberta promise of affordable living and big spaces. So he found a one-bedroom apartment for $1,680 per month, a stark contrast to Ontario's soaring rents. Now let's talk about the move-in reality. The security deposit, $1,680 capped at 1 month rent, and the utility setup fees approximately $100 to $200, often waived with like auto pay. Internet setup around $50 to $100, but it depends on your provider as well and what plan they are offering. Tenant insurance, it was almost like $15 to $25 per month, but when you take combined policy, it will be cheaper for you. Key and application fees, it varies like $10 to $100 per month. And the parking fees, which is cheaper in Alberta, almost like $30 to $50 per month. So altogether, first month rent was approximately $3,500 to $3,700, and ongoing monthly cost was only $1,900 to $2,000. So why Alberta feels different? Because more space, large apartment with parking, modern amenities like newer construction with updated feature, and car-friendly, easier driving and less congestion. But what my relative needs to trade off? The transit, the less robust public transportation, the climate, you all know about the longer, colder winters with higher heating costs. Market volatility. Rent and utilities can fluctuate with oil and gas prices. So what was my relative takeaway from here? While the move was financially advantageous, he found himself driving more and adjusting to the colder climate. However, the spacious living and lower cost made it a worthwhile trade-off. And the summary from entire analysis is that Alberta offers affordable living with more space, but it's essential to consider the lifestyle adjustment, especially regarding the transportation and climate. Now let's talk about British Columbia. Premium cost versus opportunities. So when my friend moved to Vancouver, he quickly learned that renting here comes with a premium price tag. He found a cozy one-bedroom apartment renting for about like $2,500 a month, one of the highest in Canada. So now let's talk about the move-in reality. The damage deposit that he needs to pay is that half a month rent, like $1,250 per month. Pet deposit, because he has a small dog, another $1,250 per month. Now talk about the utility setup and activation, which goes around like from $10 to $200 and plus, which is quite a lot. Internet setup approximately like $10 to $100, depends on your provider as well and the which plan you are taking. Tenant insurance between $20 to $50 per month, but again I'm talking here if you take the combined policy with your auto insurance, it might be cheaper for you. Key or access fees up to $100 per month, and parking fees, which is highest in Canada, $100 to $200 per month. Now let's talk about the first month total. It was roughly $4,500 to $5,500, a big jump from the baseline rent. And the monthly carrying cost is like, rent is like your $2,500 plus utility, insurance, internet, parking. All together it is $2,800 to $3,200 each month. So what my friend discovered over there, the rent is steep, but living downtown means he's minutes from work, the SkyTrain, and the vibrant cultural scene. Space is tight. His one bedroom is less than like 600 square feet, but the urban lifestyle and access to park and the ocean make up for it. He had to be meticulous documenting his apartment condition to ensure the damage deposit returns smoothly. And pets and parking fees added unexpected costs, but he appreciated BC's strong tenant protections. Competition is tough in BC, so move-in fees and quick leases mean he had to act very fast. So my friend takeaways from the entire analysis is that despite the high cost and the tight space, Vancouver offers unmatched urban perks and a lifestyle that's hard to find elsewhere in Canada. It's a trade-off, but one he's happily made. And this is a comparison table for Vancouver, Toronto, Edmonton, and Calgary. You can pause the video here and take a screenshot. This entire analysis as per my research, which I have done for last 3 months, and as per that you can plan your next move. So now let's talk about the final recommendation based on the different newcomers profile. For young professionals, best places to go, Toronto or Vancouver. And why? Because the vibrant job market, strong transit, thriving social scenes, and co-working culture. But I would like to give a tip here. Prepare a strong application with proof of employment, credit or reference letters. Using newcomer-friendly platforms can help you secure a good spot quickly. International students and new grads. Good places to go is Toronto or Calgary. And why? Because Toronto offers unbeatable access to campuses and is transit-friendly. Calgary blends affordably with a lively student and social life. But I would like to give a tip here. Team up with roommate and use newcomer housing services for easier lease approval. Families, good places to go, Calgary, Edmonton or Toronto suburbs, or Victoria if BC appeals. And why? Because Alberta towns offer spacious, family-oriented and neighborhoods and solid school system. Toronto suburbs balance family-friendly amenities with transit exit, and Victoria, BC stands out for newcomer. I would like to give a tip here. Focus on neighborhood with strong school ratings, playgrounds and community engagement programs. Retirees and seniors, and good places to go, Vancouver or Toronto. And why? Because both offer excellent healthcare system, senior-friendly transit and community centers and accessible amenities. Pro tip here, prioritize walking neighborhoods close to services and tap into newcomer settlement programs through IRCC for support. General newcomer moves. Research before relocating. Use guides like Scotiabank Start Right to understand rent, utilities and services. And prepare your documents early like your IDs, job offer, reference and proof of funds, streamlining rent. Explore shared housing, a practical entry point, especially in pricier cities and useful for building community. And connect with settlement services. It is a free community support for IRCC funded and helps with housing, your employment, your healthcare registration and local orientation as well. If you are planning to move province or just relocated to Alberta, Ontario or British Columbia, this video could save you thousands in unexpected cost. And drop a comment below sharing which province you moved to and what hidden cost and what hidden expenses caught you off guard. Your experience could help fellow newcomers avoid costly surprises. And if you know someone considering a provincial move to save money, share this video with them before they make their decision. And thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video with more information. Until then, stay informed and take care.